Film is a constantly evolving medium, where people often struggle to keep up. Some genres change for the bad and some for the good. Horror has always been a versatile and evolving genre, capable of reflecting societal fears and exploring the darkest corners of the human psyche. In recent years, a new wave of filmmakers have been revolutionizing the horror genre, pushing its boundaries and redefining what it means to be truly frightening. What if I told you the scariest movies today aren't even trying to scare you with monsters anymore? Horror cinema has gone through a shocking evolution over the years. Each change has a very different take on what the genre means. As society grows, so does the film industry around us, each era bringing its unique style, themes, and innovations. One of the key elements in creating fear is the manipulation of suspense. Using various techniques, filmmakers build suspense within everything and everyone. These elements keep the audience engaged and implementing the ultimate scare. It is important to note that fear in movies is a different experience for everyone. People have different triggers for fear. Filmmakers must understand their target audience in order to accomplish this.
Hello?
Mom?
Mom? Mom?
I don't like this. Dad, I don't like this.
What's happening?
Please stop.
What's going
Stop
on?
this.
Mom!
Please, you really freak me out. Please stop.
What's
Dad,
happening?
make it
Why is
stop,
everyone
please.
scared?
How do films make everyone feel scared when everyone has their own definitions of fear? Are abstract feelings of fear learned rather than instinctively felt? However, within films, we continue to be afraid, without knowing the outcome of a horror movie. So what does that say about fear? Fear is beyond rational, therefore, it's not the patterns that teach us to be afraid. Can entertainment ever be truly objective? Or do we bear responsibility to engage with the work of entertainment through the lens of its context? If this is true, it places the horror genre in a peculiar position. Fear isn't something that can be universally conditioned, yet to experience fear in horror, we often need to adopt a certain mindset or set of expectations. Doesn't this reliance on context undermine the immediacy and rawness of fear itself? Without a notion of objective terror, the sense of instinctive doom that defines fear becomes harder to sustain.
I don't know, I just thought that if I did, it'd make it real.
You're so scared. You think it was your fault? How do you feel now?
I can't move.
Horror movies have undergone an evolution through the decades. Old and modern horror films differ significantly in atmosphere, storytelling, themes, and audience reception. Classic horror relied heavily on atmospheric tension, subtle scares, and eerie settings, seen in films like The Psycho and The Exorcist,
Music license.
using suspenseful pacing and haunting cinematography to instill fear. In contrast, contemporary horror tends to favor psychological horror, intense visuals, and social commentary, as exemplified by Hereditary and Get Out. Characterization has also evolved, where older films leaned on stereotypes like the innocent victim or monstrous villain. Modern horror delves into complex backstories and emotional depth, exploring themes like grief, trauma, and moral ambiguity in films such as The Babadook and A Quiet Place. While classic horror often focused on universal fears like the supernatural or the unknown, newer films like Us and Midsommar foreground issues of identity, privilege, and cultural taboos. As audience tastes have shifted, horror has grown from a niche genre to a widely consumed and critically respected form of cinema, aided by the accessibility of streaming platforms and an increase in diverse voices and narratives.
What's happening?
You are our May Queen.
Me? Yes. Why?
You won!
What does that mean?
In recent years, filmmakers have been revolutionizing horror, pushing the boundaries and redefining what it means to be scared. Directors like Jordan Peele, Ari Aster, Jennifer Kent, and more have been changing this industry as we speak. We'll take a look at 3 films and how they took a different take on the genre. The first movie is Jordan Peele's Get Out, a groundbreaking horror film that redefined the genre by blending psychological tension with incisive social commentary. Centered on Chris, a young black man who visits the family of his white girlfriend. The story unfolds from awkward racial microaggressions to a chilling revelation about the family's true intentions. Rather than relying on traditional jump scares, Peele built a slow-burning dread, most notably through the haunting metaphor of the sunken place, which powerfully conveys themes of marginalization and loss of agency. By fusing horror with satire and thriller elements, Get Out presents a layered narrative that critiques systemic racism in a way both terrifying and thought-provoking. Critically acclaimed and commercially successful, the film marked a turning point for modern horror, proving the genre can serve as a powerful tool for social reflection.
Sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
Number 2 is Ari Aster's Hereditary. Redefined modern horror by merging emotional intensity with psychological complexity, resulting in a film that is both haunting and profoundly affecting. The story follows the Graham family as they grapple with the death of their secretive matriarch, gradually uncovering a terrifying ancestral legacy. What sets the film apart is its seamless fusion of supernatural horror with raw family drama, grief, guilt, and inherited trauma from the emotional core, grounding the film's more disturbing elements. Aster masterfully builds an atmosphere of slow-burning dread, relying on suggestion and emotional unraveling, rather than conventional scares. The film's chilling imagery and emphasis on character-driven storytelling creates a uniquely unsettling experience. Widely acclaimed for its originality and depth, Hereditary cemented Aster's reputation as a visionary filmmaker and proved that horror can be both artistically ambitious and emotionally resonant.
Okay, so try again, release yourself.
Oh, release you mean?
Yeah, fine, release me, just say it. Just fucking say it.
Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother!
And finally, number 3 is Jennifer Kent's The Babadook, a powerful psychological horror film that reimagines the traditional monster movie as a deeply emotional exploration of grief and mental illness. Centered on Amelia, a widowed mother struggling to raise her troubled son Samuel. The film takes a chilling turn when a sinister storybook titled Mr. Babadook introduces a malevolent force into their lives. Rather than relying solely on supernatural scares, the film uses the Babadook as a potent metaphor for unprocessed trauma and depression, making the horror intensely personal. Through strong character development and emotional storytelling, viewers are drawn into Amelia's psychological unraveling, heightening the film's tension and impact. The creature's eerie design and presence enhance the atmosphere without overshadowing the film's emotional core. Widely praised for its originality and depth, The Babadook demonstrated how horror can be a compelling medium for exploring complex human emotions, paving the way for more introspective and emotionally resonant horror narratives. Colin Geddes, a film producer, said that horror films have always been recession-proof, but the power of horror films is that you have your own kind of controlled panic. The times we live in are scary, but when you check in to watch a film of horror film, you can turn it off at any point. Unlike the classics which relied on jump scares, modern horror is mastering prolonged tension. Instead of shocking viewers with abruptness, they focus on creating an atmosphere of dread and terror that builds throughout the film. This continuous, immersive tension ensures that the sense of fear doesn't just come in quick bursts but lingers, making the experience a far more psychologically gripping horror. As our understanding of human psychology continues to evolve, modern horror filmmakers are increasingly drawing from these insights to craft stories that resonate on a deeply personal level. Films like Hereditary and Midsommar exemplify this shift by embedding real human anxieties into their narratives. This trend towards psychologically grounded horror is further fueled by increased access to scientific research, enabling filmmakers to tap into universal fears with unnerving precision. As a result, modern horror feels more disturbing, not just because of what we see on screen, but because of how intimately it reflects our own emotional and psychological vulnerabilities. Horror is no longer just about what lurks in the shadows, it's about what lurks within us. As the genre continues to evolve, it has become a mirror reflecting the complex fears of our time: systematic injustice, grief, trauma, and the fragility of the human mind. Modern horror isn't just here to scare us, it's here to make us think, to challenge us, and to stay with us long after the credits. Today's horror shows that the most terrifying monsters are often not supernatural at all, but human, societal, and deeply personal. So, as fear changes, so does horror, and in that change, the genre finds new ways to stay alive, relevant, and utterly unforgettable. The future of horror doesn't just look scary, it looks smart, bold, and more real than ever. That wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for sticking with us to the end. As always, remember to give this video a thumbs up, comment your thoughts, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all our latest content. Until next time!